Happy Sabbath. Good afternoon. This is another in the series, Thoughts on the Sermon. And today is a special day here at the Maple Seventh Adventist Church. We are having Men's Day of Prayer. So the emphasis for today is on the men under the theme, God has a plan, let him lead. I'm joined by Brother Oral Pasley, and he will be giving his thoughts on the sermon that was preached on this special day. So Brother Pasley, how applicable is the sermon to other young men out there?
One of the first things that came to mind as Pastor Smith was giving a wonderful sermon is that as young men, there is a role, there's a purpose within life for us. Not to go outside and be creating problems, but to go within the church and take an active role. And in doing so, making sure that you invite a friend, carry a friend with you, not to go alone, because you may help your friend and you may slip up at times, and that friend may be the one in return to help you. As my friends may say, you're going to gym, you may need someone to give you the motivation. And in this scenario, we are the church, we need our brothers to help us to bring, or rather to build that bridge where we can tread along the way.
All right. Thank you so much, my brother. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
We have another guest with us. He is Brother Neil Lindsay. Brother Neil Lindsay. And in a couple of weeks, we should be able to say Pastor Lindsay. He also will be sharing his thoughts on the sermon that was preached today. So my brother, what are your thoughts?
I thought it's a really relevant issue. It's affecting Jamaica a whole lot, especially when he points out to the fact that about 80% of the persons in prison are men, and about 80% of the university graduates are women. Now, it creates a problem in the church where after these women graduated from university and say those who are Christian, when they come to the church, they can't find husband to really marry and settle down. And I've seen frustration. I've talked to some of them and they're saying that some of say they are trying to get that a hand-saved man to baptize them and come into the church and etc. And that's a desperate move on the part of a Christian woman to go there to search for a hand-saved man, to try to get that man to baptize and come to the church. It's not safe. So it's a really touching topic, and we need to look at that. I've done my personal research and see where I think about like 50 to 60% of the household in Jamaica is led by women. Mean that the men are missing, whether they are at prison or they're just gone and that. And it's creating a problem. And in the sermon, he pointed out that most of the children who are facing behavioral problems, they are in homes with broken homes, either with a single parent or a single father, something like that. He said he had never seen a case where a child came to him with both parents in the home. So you see, the social ills in society is really affecting by the men who are not functioning and doing what they had to do.
Yeah, so it's really a challenge. It's a big challenge, but with God we're able. How applicable do you think this sermon is to young people, especially young men, especially those who are in the church?
It's really applicable, right? It helps the young men to understand that they are not just in church for church's sake. They are in church because God has a purpose for their lives. And this will motivate them and help them to realize that they are in a world where they have a role to play. And when you're in an environment and realize you have a role to play, that keeps you focused. So you have a purpose, and you have goals to work towards, and that should keep you on the right path, and should help you not to be distracted. Because honestly, a lot of young men today, they are distracted. Right, distracted generally. That's why they ended up, even in the church, in the world, some ended up in gang, smoking, peer pressure, and all these things. But for a Christian young man who understand that God has a plan for his life, and he's focused and listen to this sermon, this will help him to really do what he ought to do and to just do God's will and stay in the church.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen. So, I want to thank you so much for tuning in, and we do ask that you continue to like, subscribe, and share. God bless you.
This program was brought to you by the Maypen Seventh-day Adventist Church. You may find more at Maypen SDA at youtube.com or by following us on Facebook at Maypen SDA Church. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.